You want to kill me for voting for Buhari, yet you campaign for those who sponsored him. Aisha Yesufu. A well-known Nigerian human rights activist, Aisha Yesufu, has taken out her time to slam those who have been attacking her for supporting and voting for President Buhari in 2015 instead of voting for former President K$Łł Jonathan. According to a tweet she made on her verified Twitter handle, Aisha Yesufu made it known that some people want to kill her for not voting for former President K$Łł Jonathan in 2015 and voting for President Muhammadu Buhari. Speaking further, she made it known that the same people who want to kill her are campaign officers for the people who voted for Buhari, campaigned for Buhari, sponsored him, and still wine and dine with the same Buhari. And so she puts that in her post, and she ends the post with "You see your life." So I guess obviously it's like a would you say a full circle moment, because really, if you go back to 2015, a lot of Nigerians, you can't listen. The way people clamored for Buhari in 2015 was literally a movement, and of course the APC used it to their advantage against the PDP, and the support of the people, because of their frustrations of PDP and Jonathan, propelled and literally pushed the Buhari movement for him to get into office. Because I guess, from what I can remember, really, in simple terms, they just felt when it comes to corruption and the fact that he had, history in the military, the no-nonsense, aggressive, personality, I guess, would be the one, or what the character that is needed to make that change. And of course, people were highly disappointed. The problem is those that then voted for him in 2019. I think that is the people that should really be, questioned, intensely, because no one could have seen what Buhari would have done. No one would have seen it in 2015. And of course, and that's what I'm saying, especially right now when Nigerians want to achieve and they want a president, they really have to screen whoever it is, whoever they think is the best. And even if they are not, or they do not stand up, or do not perform to what they're expected, we need to have a system of accountability. Because really, the reason why Buhari and his cohorts and his fellow beings would continue to keep doing things in the government that really are criminal, in simple criminal, is because we let them go because there was no way for us to hold them accountable. The system is too corrupt for us to depend on the system to hold these individuals accountable. So impunity just became the order of the day. The corruption allowed for impunity, and it was literally, who ordered the killings? There are so many questions we need to ask. And of course, even with Peter Obi's speech at the NBA, talking about revenue and oil being stolen, with what I think that there's a general quota for a lot of oil producing companies, and we don't even reach, literally Nigeria did not reach that quota, and he was giving the statistics and the numbers for July, and we lost trillions of naira in 1 month. So now it's not like, okay, fine, it's not that we can't just purify the system at once, no, but we also need to have we need to build in a system within our system that holds bodies accountable. And it's not all that, we have them. We have those, be it INEC or be it the EFCC or be it the SEC, these financial, authoritative institutions. That's what they're there for, right? The judiciary, the most obvious and the most depended on, is so compromised. And that is really where the problem lies, because we should be able to call people, call them to court. Explain why this is missing, why these funds are missing, why are we not doing this, why is the oil quota, why are we not reaching the target that we're meant to be producing, where did this amount of oil go that is not accounted for, where did the money go, who bought the oil, what price was it sold at? We need to ask all these questions. And if a system that you have of everybody, be it sycophants and those are enablers in the system, and that is even a whole different conversation of how the citizens are enablers. But the point is, whoever you vote for, they can mess up. But the thing is, Nigerians should now learn not to put themselves in a situation again where they do not have the power to hold these individuals accountable. Because really, what is the point if we can't hold them accountable? The system in itself is too compromised to do. Then what do we do? That's why we are literally stuck. What can we do? There's no point, because really trying to run to the UN, international bodies, even the ICC, what point would that bring? Nothing. There's been, cases brought against Burutai and another army chief. Again, and it's been shared by the ICC. But really, if you then look at the fact that they have immunity, because immediately they retired, all of a sudden they became ambassadors to Chad and Benin Republic, and I'm talking about Burutai specifically. So it's like they know what they're doing. They're very tactical. They know how to avoid accountability, so they will not pay for their actions. So yes, people will come for Aisha Isufu, but the fact is, 2015, everybody fell for the trap. 2019, you can go attack those people specifically that allowed for it. But really, it should never really be a blame game. At the end of the day, that's at 2015. I don't think anyone is fussed about 2015, because I think as a country, or like in general, to a very large extent, I mean, a lot of people really push for Buhari. So really, we don't refer to 2015 because collectively, to a large extent, people pushed for him. It's the same way. It's the same. People will admit, you know what, this is what we push for, because everybody can take responsibility for that. They push for it. So what can she say about it? But now she is right. Aisha is right in saying you're judging her for voting for Buhari in 2015. However, the fact is, what did she even say? But you are the campaign officer for the people that voted for Buhari. Because really, Tinubu, that claims to have put him there, the party itself, I mean, look at the example. The party has laid out a foundation of the fact that you have a president who is really been inactive, not present. And we then look to the vice president, and everyone literally calls him names because everyone believes he has no power, he's inactive. And they've left a system of impunity, not being able, Buhari being sick. Look at the platform in which they've built that standard. And that same party is giving another candidate that would follow suit. Look at Tinubu. There have been so many, issues with his health, him being outside the country for treatment. And the NBA was such an obvious, they literally showed you what their plan was. Tinubu did not show up. Who showed up? It was his vice presidential candidate, who did not even look prepared for the event. What does that tell you? That is giving major red flags. And what they have set out as a foundation with Buhari, they want to build upon that with Tinubu. And if you're not going to look at that, that is a very big problem. Why we even still count APC valid in these elections is literally mind-boggling to me, because I'm like, wait, what? You've seen how horrible and incompetent they are, and you are considering these options? I mean, the fact that we're even debating, the fact their name is there is like, it shouldn't be, because really, they're all set up criminals, and if you come down to it, all of them need to be tried and prosecuted. Put what you think in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.